Hello and welcome back to some more Hermit Skies. In the last episode, we kind of broke the game where we got 1,000 loot chests and came across this issue where I didn't require items anymore to complete the quest, and that actually led into a further problem, which later on ended up being that it wouldn't even give me quest rewards, so it would have no quest requirements and no rewards, so I just couldn't complete the quest. So what I actually ended up having to do is, I don't actually know if it was an intended thing for it to do that, but what I ended up doing was using a better questing mod command, which basically reset that quest as a whole. So if we go over here now, we have this available to complete. We just still require the actual items, which I'm okay with. We still have all those items available in here if we do want to do that. So we can do that basically. But what we're going to be doing in today's episode is completing possibly 2 more quests, or 3 actually at the very most, I think, or 3 that I want to get done at least. So if we go over to here and we come out of the suspicious quest, we want to get this Transmutation Table quest and also this Transmutation Tablet quest completed. And to make those, if we go over to that item, we will look at what we have to do for that. So we have these 3 items. Their EMC is fairly low, so I'm going to be making a few of them, like I did with the Philosopher's Stone. Might as well make them, especially with such low EMC. Always nice to have a spare, rather than recrafting it at the very least. So Transmutation Table is what we're going to be focusing on, and then moving to the Transmutation Tablet. This thing for the moment, we need another Transmutation Tablet, and then we need chaotic stuff. So we could actually possibly do that today, but I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to do all the chaotic things, I think, in one episode themselves. But we're going to be focusing on this first, which requires quite a lot of dark matter, 20 HDPE sheets, some dark solarium, some 128 spatial components, and 5 starry emeralds. Everything here we can make fairly easily. The dark matter is easily makeable. We even have a auto crafting recipe for it. We have the dark solarium, which is just dark steel solarium and pulsating crystals. We have the spatial components, which is just like the storage components, except, fluix pals, and also they have an EMC value anyway, so we'll just make 1 and then make the extras that we need. And then Starry Emeralds, which we can get from using the Gaia Spirit, and if we run out, we will just make some more Gaia Guardians and kill those, especially with our infinite attack damage sword. But the first, the thing, that we can't make here is the HDPE sheets, which are from Mechanism, and to make those, we luckily have all the required stuff to do that because we did a bunch of Mechanism quests before, but we need 20 for this recipe, and we need 20 for the other recipe. The rest of this stuff is fairly easy again. Red matter, fluxed electrum, 64k ME storage components, Starry Emeralds, and the previous Transmutation Table, and then again 20 HDPE sheets. So we need 40 of these in total. Each requires 8 HDPE pellets to make. However, if we use an Enrichment Chamber, that only goes down to 3. So in total, we need 120 HDPE pellets in order to make the 40 HDPE sheets to make the Transmutation Tablet and Table both together. So how do we make that? Well, it's substrate in a pressurized reaction chamber with oxygen and liquid ethylene, which we can get the oxygen from an electrolytic separator. We can get the substrate from a pressurized reaction chamber with biofuel in it, along with some other stuff, and with liquid ethylene, which is in a rotary condenser with regular ethylene, which also can be made in the pressurized reaction chamber rather. So to make the substrate and the ethylene, we have to put biofuel with hydrogen and water into a pressurized reaction chamber, which we can again get the hydrogen from the electrolytic separator. So I have a screenshot on my other monitor of the test world where I have put together a fairly compact system which will get all this done. And I also have, on that screen, the flowchart on the mechanism wiki, which goes through everything required to do that. However, if we were to use that to the letter, you know, we would require like 3 electrolytic separators, 3 pressurized reaction chambers, a crusher, and another rotary condenser. Oh yeah, we also need a crusher for the biofuel. That's also said. So I've ended up crafting another one because we already have ours in use over here. So I just made another one for that. So basically, we're going to get that done today. That's the plan. I want to get that done so we can make the 2 Transmutation Table and Tablet, and that will be 3 quests completed. So I need to get everything together, and we'll see if this is viable. It is viable. We only need to have a small system. It doesn't need to be self-sufficient because we only need to make 120, and as far as I'm aware, there's not really much use for it after that. So I will keep it there, but I won't really necessarily be using it, and it doesn't have to be the most beautiful thing in the world. So in preparation for this, I've got everything together. So if we need a pressurized reaction chamber, which is over here, we need an electrolytic separator, we need a rotary, where is it? So we are the rotary condensator. We also need another crusher, which I made the spare one of. We're going to need some cables. The mechanism cables are what we're going to be using for this because we need the gas tubes, which are the ultimate pressurized cables, which are super fast from what I've seen in my tests. So that is pretty cool. So we'll have 1 stack of each, and we'll have the 2 spares for the gases. I don't think we should need that much. And then we're going to need some dimensional transceivers. So I'm going to grab 4 because I think I only need 3, but we can never be too sure. And then finally some deep storage units. So we're going to need 2 of those and a deep storage label for the end product. So I'm going to do it over here. I filled in the blank middle one, which I have for, I don't really know the reason. Maybe I just did it for the center so I knew where the center was, but don't really know the reason behind it. But nonetheless, we're going to be setting this thing up, and again, it's not going to look the most pretty, but it's going to work. So I'm going to try and do a lot of this from memory because yeah, I'm probably going to need to, and it's going to be kind of raised, obviously. So we're going to need that. Then we're going to have a dimensional transceiver here, which is going to be receiving the main power, because this is where our final is it pressurized reaction chamber? I think we might actually need 2 of those. Yes, we do. So we're going to make another one of those quickly. If I can find everything, if we have everything, we do not. We need an enrichment chamber. We need a dynamic tank. We need 2 of these. Perfect. There we are. So we do need 2 of these. Apparently I completely forgot that fact. So then behind here, we also have a crusher, and I'm going to have to see if these are correct because sometimes the setup of these is a bit awkward. And then we're going to have a pressurized reaction chamber here. We're going to have a deep storage unit here, and then we're going to have a electrolytic separator here with a rotary condenser stood on the top of this. Let's get some cobblestone. Rotary condenser there. That is, for the most part, everything kind of together. So this is going to be... Oh, okay, that makes a bit more sense. I just need to push everything 1 block forward because I was going to say I don't have enough of everything I need then otherwise. So, boom. I think that's right. And then cobblestone. Let's put it up in the right way. That should be everything now ready and sorted, I think, other than obviously cables. We also might need, well, again, it's not a hugely big thing, but we're going to need not a tank, but a drum. Do we have a drum of water? We do have a drum of water. However, I want to get that filled up. So I'm going to start filling up this drum of water. Slowly but surely. It's going to happen, as I said, it's very slowly, but we're going to need a tank, technically 2, but if we can just go off of 1 demonically gargantuan drum, then we should be fine. And then I don't think water essence will help us anywhere here, will it? Water essence, can we make anything? Theoretically, infinite water source. I mean, that's just for those. So nonetheless, let's get on to putting everything in again. Gonna have that, and then we're gonna have this one. Yes, we do need 4. Because I hid a lot of them below the surface. But I can't really do with that one. I could move it over here, actually, make it look a little bit less ugly. Right, that should be all of those sorted. We're going to have the label here. And then I'm also going to have to get some apples, I've realized. I could get them off the tree. Actually, what makes biofuel? What do we have that makes biofuel, like, a lot better? I know wheat does good, because we want ones that make 4 or 6. We have pumpkins. Do we have pumpkins? We have pumpkin seeds. Wheat. We have a bunch of wheat. Okay, we'll go for wheat, because I think we get a bunch from down here as well. I can actually quickly check that when I turn off my magnet, which I should do whenever I'm here, and this place is getting a little bit full for my liking. So wheat. Let's just grab every little bit of that. There we are, and we'll put that in the AE system for the moment, along with the cobblestone and the slabs. So, yeah, so this is going to output to the bottom. We need these 3 cables, so that's going to output there. Oh, we also need a... Because I don't think the crescent hammer, or the Yeta wrench even, maybe, works for this. No, it doesn't. So there's basically the version of that called the configurator. We just need one of those to set everything up. So I need to make an energy tablet. We need one of these, and that should stay charged with everything. Oh, apparently at some point I put this to charge only armor instead of also held items. There we are. That works. So that's going to output from there and input through there. That is not what we want in there. So those are going to be outputting perfectly fine. We're also going to get some upgrades, which I made a few of. Well, actually, I didn't make them yet, but we have everything that we need for it. So where are they? We are going to make a bunch of speed upgrades. We're going to make a bunch of energy upgrades also, and we're going to make a few muffling upgrades as well, just to have them working. So these are all going to have those in there. So we'll start with like putting each one in each machine. And yeah, so this is going to start. We're going to have some fluids come into here, which will work like that. We're also going to have fluid coming into this like that. So we also need to make sure we have the right inputs. So fluids are going to, yep, input through the back. You won't allow me to do that, unfortunately. So through that, we're going to put water, which I will grab that water drum just to make it work for the moment. Again, we only need 120, so that shouldn't actually take too much water to actually do. So we'll do that. I do like the way these work. They are very, very nice looking sort of animations. So it's always good. And we'll swap with those. So that's going to go in there. That's going to be making hydrogen and oxygen. We're not going to dump either of those. We're going to be putting them into separate areas. So what we're actually going to be doing is taking the gases, and that should be going into here. We're going to hopefully have hydrogen go into here. This makes sense, I think. Yes, hydrogen going into here along with some water, which we will set up the cables for now. Yep, there we are. So that should now be making well, water, hydrogen in there, and that will speed up eventually when we get into it. So let's just take these upgrades out, and we'll get them into the one that's actually being used for the moment. So that's not being wasted in terms of time. And we'll put the muffling upgrades into these quickly as well. So all the hydrogen's going. which is nice. Obviously at the moment, because we're not exporting the oxygen, it's going to not fill up here. What we actually should do then is probably get the oxygen or the... Yeah, where's it going? It's going... That is not what I wanted. Wrench is what I want. There we are. So yeah, the oxygen is going to be going with this cable, and it's going to be going up here. It's going to go like that. So then we want input, gases to the top. That is not what I wanted. I forgot that I need to change this. Configure for gases. There we are. So that input, output. So now hydrogen is all gone in there. There should be some oxygen in here. 10,000. How lovely. So this drum is now empty. So we will quickly go refill that as much as we can, even though it's not the most amazingly fast aqueous accumulator. And then hopefully these should be okay for the moment. So we're going to need some item cables to go into here. These item cables are really fast, so I do really like them. That's why I'm using these instead of the other things, the like Ender IO ones, because we don't need multiple in one block for this, so I'm actually okay with doing that. So if this works, these will go in here. Make some biofuel. This is going to then get an input through there. And this needs a muffling upgrade when we get around to it. So I don't know where all my upgrades are. There we are. You'll eventually be quiet. Hopefully. Yeah, cool. So then I'm going to output these to here. But I need to set this up properly. So you're going to output through the front, I think. How did I... What? Wait, what? Yeah, so the ethylene is going through here, and it's a gas, so that's why we do that. So gases output that way. So ethylene will go into here, will turn eventually into liquid ethylene. This cable, for some reason, is still not working. Did I get the wrong cable? Maybe. Maybe so. Items. Yes, it looks like I possibly got the wrong one. So there we are. And there we are. So that's going to hopefully output. Please? Yes, output into here. 20 at the moment. So one substrate will equal one HDPE pellet. So we're actually very, very close now. So we're going to be doing this, inputting like that, exporting like that. Then this is going to get a input to the left. And for the most part, that is now complete. So we have got oxygen, substrate, and then we're just missing one simple thing, which is going to be gases over here, which is going to be, well, not gases, actually it's a liquid now, isn't it? Because we changed its form. So let's get rid of that cable. We need fluid. Import. And there we are. HDPE pellets are now created. So we're going to put, yep, we've got wheat in there. That's fine. These are going to need their upgrades. That's why they're taking forever. So muffling upgrades. So by the time we put all these upgrades in, we're probably going to have what we need, which is not too bad a problem. It is a little bit like annoying slightly when you think about it. It's like, oh, I just spent all this time making this thing that now I don't need because it's, you know, fast. I mean, we're already up to 50. We're like halfway there. But we're not quite done yet. We still have to craft the items up. So, again, we're not quite finished. So, the interesting thing with the rotary condenser, actually, is the speed upgrades don't go up to 10 times. It goes up to 256 times the speed. I don't know if it's just because of the way it works and it's set up, but that is apparently how that is working. So, I think we are now good on upgrades. Everything should have their respective upgrades in them. I think so. And because they're the same numbers, at least on the energy and speed, they're fine. This only uses 4 instead of the 8, so that's why. And there we are. We already have got more than we actually need. So, yeah, that's already done. That's sorted. I'm going to keep this here, though. As I said, it's quite an interesting looking build. I'm really tempted to put that cable there, just to make it look a little bit less boxy. But yeah, that's all sorted. We've got, I mean, this does fill up with oxygen, so I never actually worked out what I'm going to do with the oxygen. I could even just recycle it back into the top or side, or whichever way I'm doing it. But yeah, it would be the top. Could always do that, but I don't really see the need, especially now that we have everything sorted. So we're going to take these 2 stacks, which is perfect. We have HDPE sorted. How many do we need for that quest, actually? Let's have a quick peek at that. Mechanism, we only needed the 1, so that's fair enough. And then we go to our Enrichment Chamber over here, and we're going to take 8 out of that because we don't need those extra 8. In fact, we'll actually put them in here so we know what's in there. And Enrichment Chamber, that's what I was after. So these are going to be making our sheets of HDPE. So let us start working on what we need for the Transmutation Table. Or yeah, table is the first one. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That makes sense. 18. 18 plus 14 is what? 32? 36, I think that's dark matter. We have a few already, so 12 more. How much would 12 more be? Would that take a while? I don't think so, because I have a lot of Eternius fuel. I think I have, yeah, 645. I just made a bunch of Eternius fuel one day and was like, yeah, that's okay. Dog Solarium. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 in total. So we're going to need 12 everything. So let's just make 64 of those. And it's not even enough. 12 of those. Dark steel, we're going to need 12 of those. And Solarium. Which apparently, me pressing the caps lock. There we are. And what's it in? Is it in an alloy smelter? Yes, it is. So that's those sorted. Other than that, we need spatial things. Starry Emeralds, how many do we have to make of those? We need nether stars. Apparently I have no nether stars because I've been making them all into blocks. That would make sense. That should be enough, I think, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is actually perfect. Is 9 of those. So then we need some pixie dust, which is in mana pearl, into a thing. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of those, I think. And this thing should still be working. Yep. Working as intended. So Starry Emeralds, 9 of those. Now we should be fine. So I'll actually just hold on to all of those, I think. Shouldn't take us too long to get onto these things. So we are going to need 1 of these. So we need 4 of these. So we need 16 of these. So I need, was it, I guess 16. So 1. No, wait a minute. 1, 5, 21. 21, I think, of those things. And then we need some fluids. Dust and ender pearl. And we're going to need we're going to need 16 of these, I think. So let's just put those in there. Yeah, 16 should be enough, I think. Oh, damn it. I wish I had a muffling upgrade for this. This thing's so loud. Right, that should be... So I need 8 more. And then I think we should be good. There we are. That should be us sorted for those things. So... I don't have any glowstone. Of course I don't have any glowstone. Why would I have glowstone? It's not like I have so much glowstone essence. Right. Cool. So... Damn it. I need these things. Okay, I was very much wrong with my numbers, but what I can actually do... Oh, yeah. That's what happens when you have an insane amount of items. Let's just get all those out. I have so much essence in here. Or EMC. So I only need the 4. As soon as I make one of these, then I'm good. And then I'm going to make... Why do I always take platinum ingots out? That's just a weird thing that happens. Now, luckily, these are all the same EMC value. They're all 256, so I don't really know why. I feel like they should be higher, but... Right. 64 plus 3 of those. I think that works out perfectly fine. And that is going to be... We need like 12 of them, I think. I think that was it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's actually 8. Why do I think I have 12 of? Was it 12 solarium? That was it. Dark solarium, rather. So... Anything else we need? I think we're actually fine. Just the HDPE sheets, which should be back here. Ready and made for us. And with that said... Transmutation Table is away, so we will make apparently quite a few of them. I'll just have a stack of them, and then I'll throw the rest in there. So, 1 Transmutation Table sorted, not tablet yet. So table or tablet, we need a few more things. So we need some dark matter or some red matter, some 64K, and some fluxed or fluxed electrum. So fluxed electrum, luckily, again, EMC to the rescue. Hopefully, not really. How many do we need? It should be 12. So let's find something that has a lot of EMC. Or a decent amount. There we are. That should be enough. So 12 of these. 20 of those, 4 of those, 1 of those. And then we need some 64K. So 64K. I do not have any 64K ME storage things. Well, I will now. Let's get a nether star block, actually. Block of it. 23 should be fine. Let's put that one back together and back into our drive. Perfect. So how many do we need of those? 8. So 64K, 8 of those. Perfect. And then just red matter, the hardest out of all of them to actually make. So, yep. So what was it going to be? 36 of them. Luckily, again, I've got a few already, so that's going to be making 36 of those to make 12 of those. So, bomb. And with that said, there we are. Transmutation Tablet now complete. So we can go into here, and we can, in theory, you stick EMC in here and not have to use a condenser anymore. But for the moment, we don't have any EMC or any recipes in there because we need a, well, if we go back there, we need a book of knowledge. We don't actually need a book of knowledge, but it would be nice to have, and it would kind of make everything kind of work. Oh, these do not stack. Of course you do not. So 25. Let's just make a few of them. There we are. So 43 of them, and then we got 3,200 of those. Well, no, 64 of those, 43 of them. We can make more if needs be.
But yeah, we just basically have all this sorted now. So all we need to do, if we ever wanted more HDPE sheets, which I don't really know why we'd want more, we just gotta make sure we got a water source here, and then just put something in a crusher over here, which will speed up fairly quick now because everything is sorted. And yeah, I'm not sure what much use for us there is. Plastic, white plastic barriers, white plastic blocks. Yeah, not too much use for us at the moment. Maybe a solar neutron activator, but I feel like that's not really worth it. These two are the only real recipes they are required for. So those are the only ones we'll worry about. But that's going to be it for this episode then. Actually, funnily enough, quite a short one compared to what we normally put out, but we have got that Transmutation Table and Tablet available for us now. We will actually quickly complete the quests and see what we get from them, and then we will start on our other stuff in the very near future. We are very close to finishing, so we will see what we get. But first off, Gas Charm, Blaze Charm, and some Cryo-Stabilized Flux Ducts. So all we have to really do now is armor, a lot more red matter stuff, Book of Knowledge, and some Klein Star stuff. I'm not sure how you charge the Klein Star, maybe you don't have to. Swift Wolf's Rending Gale, and oh, we also have these quests to complete. Apparently I completely forgot those as well. In fact, actually, whilst we're here, let's quickly scroll through, make sure we haven't missed anything. No, we haven't. Storage upgrades, zombie charms. Not the most amazing stuff, but yeah, we just have a few more things to do, like the Project Evolution, finishing off Draconic Evolution, and making these solar panels we need to make, and killing more Chaos Guardians is the plan. Oh, and we also have to make an Enticing Crystal and a Weather Crystal, which I'm not actually sure how to make those. Weather Crystal is all the other ones, which actually I don't know why I didn't make that, because that's fairly easy. And this we need a Villager Soul, which I don't know if you can go into here. This guy will work. No. Okay, so we're going to have to find a villager somehow, which is going to be interesting. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.